Okay, Pat. First of all, like I said, the intent of these reads was for spring. They were to have a spring theme. Pat asked about selling a cottage, which isn't really in keeping with what I was wanting to do, because in the beginning of the discussion, it kind of specified, this is about spring, which means if your cottage doesn't sell in spring, it's not going to be reflected well in the read. So what I'll do is I'll keep the cottage in mind as I go through the read, and there is a possibility of that happening. So if you want to see exactly how the spread looks, it's in the. You can watch the video that I did with Melody. The very first part of the video, I show the actual geometry of the spread. What's basically it looks like. It does look like. Just generally speaking, this spring is going to be a win for you. So it's suggested that you may sell your cottage in the spring. If it happens, it'll happen in mid-spring. But let me go through. The other thing, too, is it looks like there may be a surprise or an unexpected reason for you to take a trip or a journey. Now, that's kind of reflected as far as transpiring toward the end of spring. The card for the end of spring and the unexpected are kind of relate to each other. So basically, as far as what your first two cards are signifying, then is that the spring is generally going to be a win for you. There may be an unexpected trip early in the spring. It seems like you're not going to be able to mix and get out there the way you really want to. That there may be some things holding you back in a social type of setting. And then in mid-spring, if your cottage is going to sell in spring, it'll be in mid-spring. That's when we're looking at some kind of change or clearing. Quite frankly, when I focused on this with my, as far as using my intuition, I kind of get more that it has to do with a vehicle or transportation, something of that nature. The cottage just doesn't register with me intuitively, although it's possible. I'm not going to rule it out, but I get more of a feeling that it's going to be some kind of clearing having to do with, like I say, with a car or a vehicle of some sort or something governing transportation. And then, like I say, I got the feeling that you're going to be involved with some kind of what do you British people call it? You call it a holiday. We call it vacation. You guys say on holiday. I don't know necessarily that it is going to be a holiday or a vacation, but I do know it does look like there's going to be some trip involved toward the end of spring. It feels like it could be holiday. The more I focus on it, the more it feels like that. But once again, this is all, well, let me know how any of this turns out, if this is in sync with any of your plans. I kind of get a, I get this intuition, and then I get the reading as I read the cards, and then the two sometimes agree, sometimes they play against each other, so it's always interesting. And like I say, even Sylvia Browne gets it wrong once in a while. This is, if nothing else, look at this as entertainment value. But I do think that that there's going to be some kind of clearing middle of the month, or middle of the summer. Could be the cottage, but it doesn't feel like it. Maybe at another time I can do a reading more specific about your cottage, but this is about spring, and this is why I wanted to do this set of readings. Okay, Pat? So let me know. Get back with me. Thanks.